Tuesday, and that's when I bring you Ask Deanna, and you guys ask me great questions. This week it comes from Janet Lopez in Albuquerque. She asks, which Indian tribe was the first reservation here in New Mexico, and how many Indian reservations are there in our state? Well, as usual, everybody, this is not a simple answer. To answer this question, it's important to understand that New Mexico's Indian tribes are in a unique situation.
Tribes and nations and peoples in New Mexico have been under three separate sovereigns: Spain, Mexico, and the United States, each of which had a different way of addressing the land tenure status for each of the tribes.
Secretary of Indian Affairs Alvin Warren says New Mexico's 19 pueblos and 3 tribes are indigenous and they live on their own lands. There is an important symbol that has spanned the relationships under those 3 governments.
The 19 pueblos each have a cane of authority, the first of which was presented by the King of Spain, the second of which was presented by the President of Mexico, but the third of which was presented by none other than Abraham Lincoln, that accompanied patents that were issued to the 19 pueblos recognizing a portion of their original land base.
We also asked Ted Hohola from UNM and a Native American historian about the number of reservations in New Mexico. Ted agrees it's a gray area, but he did give us a basic number.
There are 23 reservations in New Mexico. Most people think that there are only 22, but the Ute Mountain Tribe also has a reservation area in the northern part of New Mexico. It's just that nobody lives there.
And which tribe had the first reservation in New Mexico?
It's probably the Navajo Reservation, because after the infamous Long Walk, they then had the Fort Sumner Treaty 4 years later in 1868.
Now, the Mescalero followed in 1873 and the Jicarilla the following year. Hohola says there's actually a tribe now petitioning for federal status. They are the Tortugas, or the Turtle People, and they're outside of Las Cruces. Next week's question comes from Mary Steele in Albuquerque, and she has a great question. She wants to know if you can park in front of those new purple bicycle boulevard signs that you've been seeing parked around town. She says she got 2 different answers. When she called the city, we'll find out which answer is correct. And if you have a question for Ask Deanna, I would love to help you out. All you have to do is send that question with your name, your hometown. Love to have a picture of you to AskDeanna@krqe.com. And